right, hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's the good sis, aka your sister from another mister. What is goody little sissies? What's good sis? What's good sis? Cause I'm the good sis. What I say? Your sister from another mister. And if you ain't hear me, you ain't trying to, okay? Okay. Let's just get into the story time today. So, I'm going to tell you guys about the time my cousin, yes, girl, my cousin, subscribed to my OnlyFans. Yeah. I'll give you a second. Because that's how I felt. So, let me give you some context. So, we all know what happened during 2020 when the pandemic came through, busting out the bando, said, hey guys, I know you're living your best life, but I just want to stop it right now. A lot of people are getting into OnlyFans. Now, let me tell you guys something. I've been on the OnlyFans. I was in OnlyFans back in like 2018. You know what I'm saying? Like 2018. Honestly, I think it was like 2016. Between 2016 and 2018, I was really on OnlyFans. I got to check my Twitter to see the date exactly. And, I'll just insert that somewhere. But yeah, I was an OG in the OnlyFans world. So when it became mainstream during the pandemic, I was like, oh my God. Now everybody's about to be on OnlyFans, and that's just gonna mess up the bag. Like, it was getting mainstream, and I was like, okay. So when I was doing my OnlyFans business, I wasn't doing the typical OnlyFans because I was really heavy into like being a dominatrix and a fendom back then. So I was just straight like dominatrix. Like, I was telling men, hey, like, you're gonna worship my feet, you're gonna worship my booty, you're gonna worship like kink stuff, like stuff like that, to give you some context. But it was like some dominatrix stuff. If you know what a dominatrix is, if you don't, just look up femdom, BDSM, just look up some of that kind of stuff. But that kind of stuff without like penetration or anything like that, because illegal where I live. So I was already like familiar with it, and that's what I was into when I was doing it prior to it becoming more mainstream. So during the pandemic, I lost my job because I was a retail manager, and the guy I was dating at the time, I'm just going to call him Trackstar was out of work as well. So we were just in the house all the time. And I did have a savings. I'm a financially responsible person. Hashtag buy my book. It's coming out, Getting Real with Your Money, coming out this Christmas. Make sure you get it so you can start the new year off right. But yeah, really fiscal responsible. So we were living off some savings, but times did get hard. And there was times where I couldn't necessarily afford every single thing, because I definitely was taking care of my house alone. I was paying my National Grid phone bills, making sure internet was still in the house, making sure we had food, making sure the rent was covered, so there was just like, it just got expensive. On top of that, like, we were really heavy to drinking because there was nothing else to do but drink. And then my refrigerator broke during the pandemic. So then now I'm just like making food all the time because it wasn't keeping anything cold and everything was going bad. So it's just like, oh, I gotta cook. It's like cook or die. So like, I was really just like cranking all this stuff out. So I was just like, now that OnlyFans is becoming mainstream, I want to make sure that I hop on this bandwagon again. But this time, let me do it, more mainstream, I guess, because before, when I was doing the OnlyFans, I was doing it in secret. And like, nobody really knew what I was doing, because it's not like I was bragging like, hey guys, I'm a sex worker, I'm doing phone sex, I'm making videos. It's like, no. Like, no, I'm not doing all that. Nobody knows what I'm doing. Nobody knows. I'm a dominatrix. I'm whipping the professor. Like, I'm getting the dean. No. I was down low. I was living a double life. Makeup artist by day, sex worker by night. Because let's be real, OnlyFans, sex worker, dominatrix or not. It is what it is, right? But I decided to hop on the mainstream bandwagon. So I made me an OnlyFans. I'm not going to say what it was, nothing like that. But I made an OnlyFans. And I posted it on my Facebook. And I was like, kind of like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't really think anyone was going to do anything, because since I'm, familiar with SW, aka sex work, since I'm familiar with it, I really just wasn't really thinking too hard into it, I guess, in a way. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I guess because I was more familiar with it, I had, I guess, the superhero cape, and I wanted to defend all women who are doing it. Because personally, for me, like I really did think it. I did feel empowered when I did it. I did. I felt powerful as a black woman in America. There's not, only so many situations you feel powerful in, and that's one of them where you have complete control, and it's just a feeling that's incredible. And I understand to each their own, but for me it was honestly top notch, and I definitely loved the feeling. Like, it was amazing. And then just knowing that I could do that, like run a business, and a very tough business at that, like, because you guys can look at it like however you want to, it's still really tough. But yeah, I was defending so many people because I had all this knowledge, right? All of this knowledge on it. So I'm going hard with the cape. People, guys are coming at me crazy, crazy, crazy. When I say, like, I would argue with men, like, I'm a Leo. So one thing about a Leo is we're going to argue, and we're going to argue very well. And if we're going to argue, we're going to argue all day. So I had time. It was the pandemic. So I was just going in and defending it. Just defending it really, really hard because, I mean, you can't make me feel bad about getting my coin. Like, you can't make me feel bad about getting my coin. I never shame people for how they get their money. You could be a drug dealer. Like, you could, you could do it. I don't even want to go into this. You do what you got to do to get your money. Okay, whatever. You're doing it because you want to get money. I don't need to know what you do to get your money. It's really nobody's business. And if you decide to share it, you have to accept the criticism, which is why I was fine with it. Because I'm just like, if I'm going to publicly share this on my Facebook, I need to accept all the consequences that come with it. So I do. And to my surprise, people are actually subscribing to it. People who said would never even be bothered with it were bothered with it, though. I was like, bands and make her dance. Bands and make her dance. So I was lit. I had people writing me talking about, oh, this is like a classy, bougie OnlyFans. Oh, it's just like, it's OnlyFans, but like, classy. It was tasteful. Like, oh, I was tasteful. Everything I did was very tasteful because I don't do anything half-ass, baby, okay? One thing about Kenny B is she doesn't do anything half-ass. You heard me? You're good, sis. It's always good, sis. Even if I'm not. I'm good. You heard? You heard? But anyways, yeah. People were subscribing, so I was like, oh my God, I'm getting money from people I know. People who are sitting here talking mad junk, supporting me, little old me in my dreams. I'm just trying to keep the roof over my head. What that song say? Got a baby to feed, got a baby to feed. They depending on me, or something like that. I don't even know if that's how it goes, but child, like that. So I'm like, so I get all it. I'm taking it in because I was taking it back. Like I said, I'm taking back. Now, when you subscribe to a fan site like that, you have the ability to create a username as you do with any other site you subscribe to. You don't always know who subscribed to you because you only see the username. So you can legitimately put whatever you want, okay? And, I mean, people don't really out themselves. I mean, some people do out themselves, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's me who subscribed to it. It was me. I'm a fan. You have people like that, but then you have people who are just like, I don't subscribe to those things. Or I just wanted to see what it was like a couple times, and, I did. I'm not going to lie. You know what I mean? It's just like, what? Oh my God. So like, I'm starting to laugh because this is a lot. This is crazy to even say. This is crazy. So besides the couple people who out themselves, or the people who literally subscribe to it, who you are friends with, you have the strangers, and you have the ability to like send photos to them, like, but you can do like a pay. So like you can have like I guess like the soft stuff, the PG-13 stuff, like on the wall, and then you could do rated M or MA or whatever. I think it's rated MA or R or whatever on in the messages, and send them. And then you can post stuff, and you can put a little lock and pay on it, so people have to pay for it. You could do that on your wall. So people are like, buying stuff, and I'm like, like buying stuff. And I'm lit. I'm lit. I'm like, I don't even have to do that much. I'm not doing too much. I feel comfortable. Like, since I did it before, I already had content. So I'm just like, I'm recycling content. This is amazing. As far as I'm concerned, this is just like timeless product. And I feel like I need to pull over. Let me pull a receipt. Because I want to get the message right. Hold up. All right, so I found the messages on my iPad. I'm not gonna like post them because it's like my iPads are weird. Like, you can't really like, I don't know how to hide it if you guys know how to hide shit. So basically, on March 17th, 2021, he sends me a voice message. I think that's irrelevant. I'm not going to play it because I don't want anyone to recognize his voice. But on April 7th, 2021, he was like still on Onlyfans. And I didn't respond right away, so he sent like the question mark. And I can post the receipts. Like, I can post the receipts. All I could do is screenshot and like blurt everything out. And I was like, not really. I have it, LOL, but I never use it because he's my cousin. Like, so I'm being like, you know, like, bitch, I don't really have an OnlyFans. Like, what you mean I have OnlyFans? Like, I'm not fucking with OnlyFans. And then I was like, and he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, what are you doing? And he was like, nothing, just relaxing before I get my son back from my mom's. What are you up to? You okay? And I kind of didn't respond. And then, in the midst of that, he ends up making another Facebook. One is deleted. But in between that, he ends up writing me on OnlyFans. On OnlyFans. I know this is all over the place. My throat is completely on fire right now. So I apologize for like I apologize for being discombobulated. But my throat's on fire. And if you ever seen Hot Ones, you know, like, sometimes that shit happens. Like, yo, my throat's burning. So I was reading you the messages, but that was March 2021 when he was writing me. So, and then he said to still have OnlyFans. And I'm going to post those receipts. But, you're probably all thinking, how did I know it was him who was writing me on OnlyFans? He was like sending me money to open up those videos I was telling you guys about. So like how you can open up the photos that you post, and you can open up the messages. He would look at them and pay for them and be like, oh yeah, that thing is this, that thing is that. And I don't know what he dabbles in, but there were times where I think he thought he was writing me on OnlyFans. He was writing me on Facebook. And when I say times, I mean how it happened. I need more context. I need to provide more context. He would buy the videos to see what I was doing, buy the pictures, things like that. But I send those to every subscriber. I wasn't sending them exclusively to him. And at the time when I was sending those videos, I click a button, it gets selected, and it just goes out. So I didn't know he was a subscriber, and I didn't know he was even viewing them until he outed himself in the messages. So like, he's literally giving me all these comments, gassing my head up and shit. Like, and I don't know at the time, and I'm just like, I treat it all like business. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, whatever. Money. As long as you're paying, I don't give a fuck. This is why there's a paywall over it. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Found out it was him. And I was like, honestly, drink the Kool-Aid at that point. Like, hold up. I'm really sick thinking about it. Disgusting. Whoa. Huh. But once I found out it was him, I couldn't even perform on the site. Like, I didn't want to do anything on the site anymore. Because you're weird. You gotta be a weird ass person to be my second cousin and subscribe to my OnlyFans. Like, that's fucking weird. And then there was a point in time when I was in high school, he wrote me and was all like, oh, we're not really cousins, trying to smash. And I do have a cousin who I'm not really fond of. And I was just like, thought she was trying to maybe set me up with this guy. Like, you know, set me up to see if I was a weirdo or like incest. I don't know what the girl thought I was going to do. Or if that even wasn't, because it might not even be anything. I could be overthinking it. But that's what I felt like. And I was just like, it all felt like a setup to me. A setup. A setup. I was like, no. And then once I found out he subscribed to the thing, I was just like, here we go again. Like, to me, it made it seem like it was more of a setup. It just made it seem like it was more of a setup because I don't understand. Like, his pappy is actually a sex offender. I don't even know if I can say that on YouTube. Well, this is my first video, so it's not like it's going to be monetized or anything. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. But, his pappy definitely SA'd somebody. I know I shouldn't SA'd somebody. And it was somebody they were related to. Like one of my cousins. So it's crazy. Don't know if it was like passed down, like the perversion or whatever. But it's just weird. It's just weird. It's weird. Because I don't understand, like, why would you want to look at your cousin? And, like, why would you do that to someone to, like, I don't, like, why would you do that to your cousin, though? And then write them so that they know? I'm like, it's, like, humiliating as fuck, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie. It's embarrassing and it's humiliating. Like, I look at him like he's the pervert, and, like, I don't blame myself or anything like that at all. But I just look at it like, that's disgusting. And I'm just like, I don't understand why you'd want to do something like that. Like, and if you're watching this video, like, you're disgusting. Gross. Honestly, appalling. It's nasty. Because you shouldn't look at your cousin. And I don't honestly consider you family at all anymore. That's disgusting. Like, you're dead to me, honestly. Dead to me. But it is what it is, I guess. But here's the icing on the cake, you guys. Because I don't want to make it seem like I'm not telling everything. Because I should tell it all. I asked him, like, why are you subscribed to it? Because who wouldn't ask? I was like, bro, like, why are you subscribed to it? Oh, I want to support my cousin. Oh, that is, like, you know, whatever it is, you know, just. Side. I want to support my cousin. I was like, you're who? You said that. Weird. That's not how you support your cousin. I'm sorry, that's not how you support your cousin. So, like, that was that. And I told my sister, and I told Trackstar, because I was dating him at the time. Yeah, I told him, and then I told my best friend too, my other best friend, like my guy best friend. I told him all that. I told them all. I was like, what the fudge? Because I was so creeped out, and I felt so vulnerable and weird and naked. I was like, girl. And she was like, oh, that's weird. And that's when she told me all the stuff about him, like, not him, but his dad doing all the stuff. And I was just like, oh my God, like, he's just a fucking weirdo. Like, straight up a weirdo. A creep, a pedophile, like, a criminal. And yeah, so it's crazy. it's crazy that he did that. Yeah, he definitely subscribed to it and was sending me money, and I didn't know at first until he outed himself. And then after he outed himself, yeah, I definitely don't. I don't have one anymore. I don't, because I don't know anymore. And it's not to sit here and warn anyone and make it seem like you can't have one or anything. This honestly isn't a disclaimer or warning or anything like that. Like, this isn't even a video to warn anyone. This is just tell my story. But just to throw that out there, because I feel like I should think about things like that. Because when I did it the first time, it's not like I ever shared it. And then I decided to share it on something that people really know me on. And granted, I wasn't doing anything like X-rated like that. I mean, I guess you can do, everyone has their own definition of X-rated, right? So like, you do what you do on it. I wouldn't necessarily say it was, I honestly, I don't even want to say that, because I don't want to say that because I don't know what people do on I don't know. But I know when it first came out, it was definitely more aimed towards SW workers. Not SA workers, SW workers. Jesus. Yeah, but you gotta just think about that type of stuff. Create a different name, create a different genre, create your own genre, make a different name, make your own brand. I wanted to say, I'm saying genre because of that TikTok, but I meant brand. Like, make your own brand, get a new site, do something like that. I don't recommend sharing it on like a public site, because you might have a creepy cousin who wants to subscribe to it, and it's just not okay. So I don't like, I just don't recommend that. Like, I don't, to each their own. I know there's some states that allow you to marry your first cousins or something like that. Like there's laws like and Japan, and actually in Japan you're allowed to marry cousins. You can marry cousins in Japan. I saw it on a video on Facebook, so you can do that. You can do that. So I'm not knocking nothing to other people. I don't want to offend anyone. Not for me. I live in America. And in the state I live in, they're not okay with that where I live. I'm not gonna out myself, but ciao. They're not playing that where I live at all. So yeah, but that's basically this story of kind of how I found out my cousin was subscribed to my OnlyFans, and I guess a little bit of story about I did an OnlyFans. I guess I don't even know. This story, like I said, was all over the place. It's my first one. I don't know. And I lost all my notes because I made notes completely. I lost all my notes. I'm like, I'm nervous. I just kind of wing it. I just have like a list of stories I wanted to talk about. So I was like, let me just go with this one, because like I can't find any of the notes to the other one. And I was really like looking hard, because I have my experience dating outside my race coming next, and I have everything written this time, and I just gotta like pull it up because I wrote that one a while ago. But make sure you leave a comment down in the comment section. Have you ever like maybe created one, thought about creating an OnlyFans, made an OnlyFans, know anyone who has an OnlyFans? Do you guys have anyone in your family who's maybe made you feel like uncomfortable, or made you try to coerce you into doing anything that was just not okay, like to you? Like, just drop that down in this comment section. Let's get a discussion going. I don't want to feel alone and creeped out. Like, I don't want you guys to get weirdo because that happened to me, but we all deal with everything differently, and I feel like I'm just gonna laugh at things. I'm just gonna laugh at it because it's in the past. It's done. I don't have that anymore. He was the literal reason why I don't have one anymore, because I just was like I don't know. It was weird. Like, I feel like I could have lived with it being exposed later on with just like, oh, she has one, but like subscribing, like, I don't know. It is what it is, though. Like, it is what it is. But like I said, leave a comment down below. I can give you guys some more stories. They're not going to be as disorganized. I am going to drop some more stories. My goal is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. MWF with the good sis. Okay, I'm going a little too hard. Anyways, guys, have a great night. Thank you for watching. Bye.